listening to Oilers Nation Radio, a member of the Nation network of podcasts and delivered by DoorDash. 1 hour of straight hockey talk with Dan, Rick, Tyler, and Bag Milk starts now.
Oilers Nation Radio episode, 200 and something, right, Tyler?
Yep.
Tyler's here, Rick's here, Liam's here, filling in for Dan. We got plenty to do today, plenty to talk about. Before we get to the delicious debate, though, I want to start off by saying, if you're following and subscribed to this podcast anywhere, you may have noticed a bonus episode go out.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler?
Yes.
Working on some previews.
Yep.
What's the deal there?
So basically, to get everyone, really into the hockey season here, I'm going around the Pacific Division. I'm chatting with someone from every Pacific Division market to preview their team. So part one is up now. It'll be the episode right before this one, obviously, with Ken Bolke of Sinbin Vegas, and they're going to be like micropods. So it's like 15 to 20 minutes of me telling you what that team that the Oilers are going up against in the Pacific did in the offseason, then interviewing someone about the state of the team, and bang, that's it. So they're like super crushable. And those will be going up every Tuesday and Thursday until I'm done all 7 teams. So part one, Vegas out now. Part two, Anaheim coming Tuesday.
Little teaser on the Vegas preview?
He is not very, as someone who is a Golden Knights fan and covers the team, he is not very confident.
There you go.
Not very good.
There you go. There's your Vegas preview teaser, Liam.
I feel teased.
Tyler's going to
have to listen.
There you go. There you go. Tyler's got to have those Tuesday and Thursday until he has done the Pacific. Next one up on Tuesday. So if you're following and you're like, what is this podcast about? That's Tyler doing some season previews on the Pacific Division teams. But as we do every week, we're going to start off this podcast with our delicious debate for our friends at Oodle Noodle. New location coming in Calgary. We're invading. We're taking on the enemy lines. We're weaseling our way back. That's that. That'll be location 18, Liam. Of course, you can order Oodle Noodle through DoorDash if you're feeling lazy this afternoon. I know I am. Oodle Noodle will be coming my way. Ding dong, courtesy of our friends at DoorDash. Tyler, the delicious debate, if you please.
Or do you want to do reviews first?
Let's do reviews first, because we are giving away some Oodle Noodle.
Yeah,
Fits
we're
right
going to
in.
give away some Oodle Noodle. Okay,
There
we
you
got
go.
a few reviews from the last week. If you leave them on Apple Podcasts, you have a chance to win an Oodle Noodle GC. This one came in from A. Heebs, 11 out of 10. He gave us 5 stars, said, love this hockey podcast. It's the only one I will listen to. Captivating cast and a perfect length. Anything past that hour and a bit, I can't keep listening. Interesting.
I feel that's
feedback.
exactly
But he
the
says
same
every-
way Tyler goes too, though. As soon as we get past that, he's kind of like, microphone comes down, he's ready to go into his car.
There's those times where we're rolling, and just I don't want to stop talking about stuff. And then Tyler, he quickly wants to wrap it up.
And it's for this guy because he says every Saturday when he mows his lawn, he turns these gems on and enjoys himself immensely. Move over, Spittin' Chicklets. Damn right.
He mows his lawn every Saturday?
Don't you?
I don't have a lawn. I can't afford one.
The townhouse complex where I live, they mow it every Thursday, I believe.
That's a good point. Maybe people do mow the lawn every week.
Depends on, it's in August, you don't, because it doesn't grow very fast because it's too damn hot and there's no water behind it. But when it's going, why not?
Interesting.
This next one, 5 stars. Superb show. Excellent hockey commentary. I am a loyal subject of Lord Bagged Milk and fond of Jester Taylor Hamchuck. Never change, boys. Never change.
I'm Liam. Do you feel like, as our resident expert on England,
Yes.
I have been declared a lord? I feel like I should have some kind of land entitlement now.
And maybe a big robe.
Yeah, or a hat,
Something to
some kind of
consider.
cap to mark the occasion. I don't know how it works.
Someone's got to do it.
Somebody's got to wear it. What else you got, Tyler?
Oh, Doctor, my doctor gave us a 5-star review, said, love this as the ultimate procrastination tool while I'm supposed to be studying. Living in Australia, I crave Oilers talk, and no one here follows the NHL. Agree that it's the best Oilers podcast out there. Super authentic, entertaining segments. Then he adds, oh, that may be a real life problem. I don't know. I get the two mixed up. Also, I'm intrigued by Bagged Milk's hidden identity. I respect it. I mean, how is it even possible that he's able to do this and still be relevant in our look at me culture, which is a deeper underlying conversation to have. Impressive, really. Kudos. Bottom line, nice work.
Yeah, I've got a whole lot of underlying issues. That's what Tyler's trying to get at there.
100%. B. Martineau with a simple 5-star review. Love the pod. Oilers takes.
Oilers takes, that's all you need.
Right down to the point.
Love the comment.
This one is titled, Please Don't Read My Nickname. I Can't Figure Out How to Change It.
Please read the nickname.
Oh, I need to know this.
Yeah, you can't say, don't read the nickname.
Mickey loves to lick.
Why would you want to change that?
He gave us a 5-star review. Said, "Love the pod, guys. It's always a great way to distract me from the task at hand. Great early morning
Seems
gym
like the
sesh
task
listen.
at hand is a fun one, though, you know?
Singular?
Would love to have 2 a week when the season is back on. P.S. Dan is good. Rick is better. BM is the best. And when can we get Tyler off the pod?" Just kidding, Tyler. Tough one.
Well, you know what? Now Tyler's not going to protect your identity for that comment.
Yeah. Braden Can gave us a 5-star review. Said, "Can't miss ONR. Thoughts a bit scattered and directionless at times.
Fair.
The fellows on ONR put on a great show about all things Oilers. Ever wonder what it's like to be a fly on the wall of a basement with a few guys discussing the Oilers without any actual leads or insider information, regardless of regardless of the pure speculation? The guys are often spot on with their predictions and are hilarious while doing it. A must listen to for Oilers fans, especially if you love noodles."
We're on the second floor, not a basement anymore.
Yeah. We're
Upgrades.
upgrades.
Yeah.
We up. All right, so we have that one there. We have the please don't read my nickname. We have the simple one, which just said Oilers takes.
That gets my vote.
I like that one.
I think that one just, it speaks to me, and it's eloquent in its brevity, I'd say.
So is that who we're going to give the GC to?
I don't know. Who's your vote?
I kind of like the guy with the hidden name that we're going to bleep out.
That
We're bleeping it
name-
out?
Well, not only is it a passion of his, maybe he's just got new hobbies that he's working on these days.
That's fair.
Like Mickey enjoys knitting or something now. Liam, who's your favorite?
Yeah, I'll go with the weird nickname guy.
All right.
There you go.
So Mickey loves
Knitting.
If assuming you know who you are, send us a DM or send me an email, Tyler@OilersNation.com, and you have won yourself a Noodle GC. So again, email me, Tyler@OilersNation.com.
I love it. It's important to have passions, Mickey, and I respect it.
And now we can get into the delicious debate.
Please, sir.
Brought to you by our friends at Oodle Noodle. This week's delicious debate. The Oilers announced that they are adding the Edmonton Oilers Hockey Hall of Fame. There is an inaugural class that includes the names you would expect, Gretzky, Messier, those types. But my question to you guys, and the debate is, who are the first 2 Oilers who should be a part of the first class? Who you adding? 2 players outside of the guys with banners, basically.
Are they players or are they anybody?
I think it can be anybody.
I think it can be players and builders and coaches. I think.
Kinda
But
like
I
the
think it
Hall of
probably
Fame.
start off with
I would
with
imagine
players.
start off
That's
with
what I
players.
think too.
And I honestly think that they're gonna have to get out of the 80s just to stop. There's gonna be a certain amount of people that are just gonna lose their shit if they go to somebody in the 80s, somebody that was before 90 or whatever. So I think just for PR's sake, stay out of there. But I think the first 2 that are big Oilers and big Edmonton people, I guess one was technically around that time, but I would do Ryan Smith and Kelly Buchberger.
Mine, I would go Ryan Smith, Doug Waite.
So I was thinking Doug Waite too, but I just don't. I think Kelly Buchberger's had more connection to the city, and that's where he got the.
I think he's a great pick.
Dude, in terms of we're around the same age. We're around at that time, and he's definitely one of my favorite Oilers outside of the glory years. I just think because of the connection to Edmonton and the Oiler itself is going to be Smith and Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky has more of that sort of legend status, in my opinion. I think Smitty's going in this first class. I think we could probably all agree on that.
Yeah.
I would actually take it and say I'd be stunned if he's not one of the first ones.
I feel like this is made for him, to be honest.
It is, well, because how many times on
Good
this podcast
point.
even have we talked about should Smith's number be hung up in the rafters? I know that he didn't win Stanley Cup, but on the international stage, he's won basically everything.
Yeah.
Beloved in this city, so I would be stunned if Smitty's not 1 or 2 in this first class.
For number 2, though, I think the Buchberger pick is really good. I'm
Love
not
that one,
sure if Waite has the weight to get in on this first one, because I think they'll want to be able to flex someone with a ring or something like that. So I'll go Bill Ranford.
Bill Ramford's another great one.
He was an important piece of some
100%.
He was a
important
massive
teams.
piece of that last cup. Cup outside Gretzky.
And I agree, because they don't want to go all 80s and just do that. I think going Ranford and Smith gives each era a nice little nod for the first class to go along with the big names from the 80s that are getting in. So I will say Ryan Smith and Bill Ranford are my 2 picks.
Liam, what you got?
What if they did like Craig McTavish? that a good
He's
one?
still with St. Louis, though. Maybe that give you a reason not to touch him yet. I mean, I do agree that he'll be in there eventually. I just don't know if you go grab a guy who's still working with in the league right now.
I just think they'll try and do someone else from that Oilers team who isn't going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, I think they'll go from someone like with a modern one and then an older one is kind of the way I would imagine it goes.
And he's an Oilers lifer too, right? So it kind of would make sense. That's another guy who I feel like this is kind of made for, is someone like that.
He was literally selling 50-50s last season.
Yeah, he was.
So, that's why I kind of think someone like him, I think Smith is a lock.
Yeah, he's got.
So that's kind of what I would do. I think they'll just do that with the guys that are on the panel to vote for this. Like, they're going to try and get two guys that fits everybody right away. And I think next year is when the real debate really begins of who's going to go in.
If we're going to go back to the 80s as one of those guys, I'm looking at who's up in the rafters right now. What about a Tikkanen? He was involved with all those teams. He's not up there.
Yeah, I just think you're gonna upset so many people out
They're
there.
not going to be upset no matter who goes in.
Do you think
That's
they would, though?
1,000. Yes, there's going to be I promise you there's going to be a portion of Twitter that goes out there and just absolutely takes a dump all over it, and it's all about the old boys club or red wine this or something. They're just going to want to be outside of that, and for some reason people don't want to associate with that anymore. I get it. They kind of like rode it for so long, and the actual team wasn't having great results, so I understand where the frustration comes in. I just completely believe in that history, that it's something to be proud of.
Another guy who needs to go in there for me, I have no idea when he makes it, Alex Hemsky. Yeah. He was my favorite Oiler for a long time. The only reason to watch this team for a long time. He's got to be in there for me.
And it's what, 2 a year or 3 a year?
3 a year after this year. It's 2 this year and then 3 all the other years.
So 2 like right away.
Yeah, so I wonder if the third one is going to be like a builder. I wonder if they'll do like 2 players and then a builder.
I don't know if you have a builder that's sitting there right now. That's the ranks.
Well, like Glenn Sather or something.
No, but Slats is already up in the rafters.
And I think he's in it. I think everyone who's in the rafters is in this.
I mean, that's just...
just by default?
I think that's the way because it's, the Hall.
And which means, and for the record, I mean, I know people have mentioned it before, but I mean, that means Joe's there too, right? So, because Joe's already in the rafters.
Joey Mott?
Yeah.
He's not in the rafters.
Did they not hang a jersey for him?
No, I don't think.
Am I making this up?
So.
No.
Oh, wow.
I don't remember the jersey.
He might be in that first class.
You're thinking of Garth Brooks.
That's probably what it was.
I could see Joey Moss being a part of that first class too.
100%.
Or having some sort of special monument in there, even if they don't like induct him into the Hall of Fame. I say in air quotes.
I think he gets like a certain corridor or something like that.
Has there been any details of like what we're going to be looking at? Like, is it going to be kind of like, a statue of a guy's head? Is it just going to be a plaque? Is it going to be a jersey?
Well, I'm hoping for some sort of
combination of all of it.
Hockey card type picture.
The Canucks did it last year, right? Where they have like the black and white picture and then the name next to it. So
very Hall of Fame-ish?
Yeah, kind of like that. But then you look at what the Elks do and they literally just have like the name of the player and then when they play.
So is this actually like a ring inside the arena, or are we just talking like the corridor and then you walk around and it's on the walls?
They said it's around the rink inside.
Yeah, it's around the rink
under
inside. The PCL logo.
Oh, okay. Then you're just gonna see like a number and a name probably.
Yeah.
That'd be nice though, a little extra decoration in there.
Yeah, but I do think they need to showcase these guys somewhere else too, though. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of white spots on the walls we can utilize. No,
I think so.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I love the biggest part of this for me. One, some players who are not quite good enough to get in the rafters, but were big parts of this organization, they'll get their due. That's great. But also, it's going to give the arena a little bit more character, in my opinion.
Yep, I agree 100%.
So this is what the Canucks do. Oh, no, that went further away.
You know what they don't do? That's win Stanley Cups.
Yeah, so there's a picture, number. It's all up there in the rafters. It's a little bit more than
showing.
What
see, I get it.
Will be interesting. I think the Oilers are going to do a good job because they always do a good job with this stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes.
I'm curious. Like, I want to see size and stuff too, because let's face it,
size queen.
It's going to go pretty quick, and they're going to be, 10 years, 30 names. That's going to fill up a lot. How many rows is that?
Yeah, I also wouldn't be surprised if after like 5 years of doing 3 a year, they kind of say like, hey, going back to 1 or 2 a year.
Yeah, kind of get caught.
Because you're going to get into some lean seasons there for a while.
Sheldon Surrey.
You're just going to get some lean times there.
We are thrilled to announce Mathieu Guérin.
Oh, hell yeah.
The Ring of Honor.
Hey, listen, that dude was killing it in shutouts.
Was there requirements to make this thing? Like,
that's what I want to know.
So many games, like so many years. Because Greg was talking about it in his show, like people were asking about Pronger.
No.
I don't think Pronger should be in. He played the one season, but when he was here,
I asked this yesterday on Real Life. There's a guy who, he was a good Oiler for a long time. He was a captain of the team. probably not the most skilled individual, but like, is there a cutoff for a guy like Sean Horkoff where it's like, yeah, you meant a lot to the franchise and the team during some weird years, but you don't belong here because you weren't quite good enough? Yeah. Another captain of the 2006 team.
I could see those guys going in like around the time when you're expecting Connor and Leon to start retiring, I think.
Really?
Yeah, because I think if they're still doing 2 or 3 names at a time, does anybody get in like post 2005 outside of Ryan Smith, Hemsky? Does anybody get in? Like, does Hall make it? Does Eberle make it? Like, who? No. How far back do you go? Then you go back to like obviously Doug Waite was around in 06, but he wasn't for us. You got Hemsky, you got it's Smith. Go back, like you're running out of names. You're gonna before Connor and Leon and Nuge and Nurse and all these guys become eligible. You're gonna be. You need to fill a little gap picky. Years, yeah. You're going to get a little picky at that
That's point. Why I'm saying at some point they're going to have to go down to like 1 induction a year. Or some years there might not be an induction. I think you're like fine to do that. You don't need to have it like the NHL Hall of Fame where it's like 4 per year. Like,
yeah, you don't have to do
you
that.
You can take a year and be like, yeah, no one's going in this year. Because then again, yeah, you're right. At some point you're going to be sitting
real fast.
Yeah.
Although, and I don't know if putting Horkoff and Gator in would be watering it down per se from an Oiler perspective, you know?
Well, that's what I mean. Like, those guys were good Oilers. They were captains. They meant a lot to the team in the time they were here. But, like, what's the line?
And if you find them to be under a line, they can maybe find another wall where you can just show off all the captains then, too.
The wall of honorable mentions.
Yeah. The honorable Ring of Honor.
Yeah. The not quite Ring of Honor, but worthy of a mention wall.
We'll be working our way down to like the parking lot downstairs underneath, and you're getting guys in there like the David Maleys of the world.
Mm-hmm. As you're walking down the stairs to leave, you're like, oh, Peter Nedved, but the second time.
I just followed the Jason Smith trade tree.
Gator of the number 2.
Go on. Because he came
second rounder from Toronto.
Let's do a little quizzing here.
Yeah.
Because he came from Toronto, did he not?
Yeah, for a second round draft pick.
Okay.
4th and a second.
4th and a second, my bad.
Okay.
Was on the Oilers for a considerable amount of time.
Drafted by whomst?
He was drafted by the Devils.
Oh, really?
Was flipped to the Devils in the from the Devils to Toronto in the Doug Gilmour deal, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then the Oilers picked him up, traded him for a deal that included Jeff Sanderson and Yanni Pitkinen. And a 3rd round pick, which turned out to be nothing.
Oh, I had so high hopes for Yanni Pitkinen.
Yeah.
Man,
Jeff Sanderson retired. Mm-hmm. Yanni Pitkinen did not retire.
How long was he here? I don't remember. 2 years?
Maybe 4?
1.
What?
Yanni Pitkinen played 63 games as an Oiler.
Fuck, man. I knew it was bad, but like I remember being so excited that he was here. I'm like, this is our puck moving guy. I'm pumped on it.
Yeah.
1 year.
So Yanni Pitkinen was then traded for Eric Cole.
Oh, great Oiler, Eric Cole.
Dude, play him on his damn wing. He's an offside winger. That's what he does. He drops that left shoulder.
Mm-hmm. Eric Cole also played 1 season here. Mm-hmm. Eric Cole was then...
Did he hit 20 goals? Oh, hang on. You keep going. I'm going to look at
Scored 16 goals.
Fuck.
In 63 games. So 20 goal pace. Eric Cole was then flipped along with a 5th rounder.
Wasn't he Patrick O'Sullivan?
And a 2nd round pick, which turned into Jesse Blacker. Patrick O'Sullivan played here for a season and a bit. Scored 13 goals in 92 games.
And now he's blocked the entire fan base on Twitter.
Well, that's scary.
Yeah. Patrick O'Sullivan was then flipped for Jim Vandermeer.
Ooh. Oh, nice.
Oh, and then that gave us the Eberle goal.
Yeah, that gave us the Eberle goal because he was the primary assist on that.
Yeah.
There you go. And then the Oilers let him walk as a free agent. But the other angle of that O'Sullivan deal was getting the pick that turned into Jesse Blacker, who the Oilers then used his rights to acquire Alish Kodalik.
Oh, yes.
Nice.
Who they then let walk as a free agent. So the Jason Smith trade tree ends rather depressingly with Jim Vandermeer and Alish Kodalik.
Well, we were trying to reunite the checks, you know?
Yeah.
We just figured if we had more checks for Hemsky that he'd finally get to where we needed him to be.
They had a really strong national team at the time. We were trying to take them all. Yuri Depita was out there. Yeah.
There you go.
How many players from the last 15 years do you think could make this Ring of Honor? Just quickly. Not including like the current team.
So like 08 onwards.
Yeah, just guys who are no longer on the team, I suppose. Because obviously there'll be guys like Nurses are making a Hall of Fame. He'll go in. Like probably Nuge.
Nuge is going to be on there for sure.
Like, guys like that.
Nobody.
Yeah, I can't think of anyone.
Sam Gagner.
I could see them giving it to
Gagner?
Gagner will get in.
I would say Sam Gagner when he's done.
Yeah. He'll get the Ring of Honor for sure.
Oh, see, I don't know.
I don't know about that one
You
either.
got. I think you got to draw the line at like star level players.
But you're gonna get to a point where it's like I said, and you're gonna get like slim pickings. It's gonna be Jason Smith or Sam Gagner, something like that.
What about Clefbaum?
no.
Just the way it ended? You
No,
don't
I
think-
mean it sucks, but yeah, he'll be on the one by Peter Nedved, number 2.
I could see. You know what? I could see Taylor. I could see Taylor Hall getting in there one day. I think the bad reputation side of it is purely with the fans and the fans who just like enjoy yelling about that shit. I think they'll do it as like he was the first overall pick in our franchise's history and all that kind of stuff, and they'll put him in.
Maybe.
He was an all-star on the team.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't win his heart till he was gone.
I know, but he was still an all-star on the team.
I agree.
I think Eberle's more likely to make it than Hall.
But that's just because, and at first I wanted to say Eberle too, but I think that's just because I like Eberle more. I think it has nothing to do with his resume.
Less controversial.
But again, he was
Maybe.
controversial like within the fan base. I don't know if he was ever that. I don't know.
I agree. Don't get me wrong.
What about... No, I'm not even going to say that one.
Yeah,
I
you
wanna
gotta
hear
say
it.
it now.
Yep.
Yeah, let it out.
I want to hear how bad
That
it
is-
is.
I was going to say, because of the way he's impacted the community so much, it's continued. What about Andrew Ference?
No.
No,
I was going to say the exact same thing, but for
Yeah.
George LaRocque.
George
See, I think
LaRocque would. Yeah.
See, but
LaRocque
then
is a good one.
the problem is for me,
Fandom.
I struggle calling it then a Hall of Fame like they are if you're going to put guys in who are just third.
Is that what they're calling it? Is
the
a Hall of
official
Fame?
name?
Is it a Ring of Honor?
I think it's like Hall
do
of
they even have
I
it?
actually haven't seen Ring of Honor. I'm just assuming that's what it is because where they're putting it. Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's kind of what they're called.
Oilers HOF.
But is that like a
5 decades in the making, the long-awaited establishment of an Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame was proudly announced by the hockey club today.
I wonder if they're going to stick
We
with
almost
Hall
should
of
have-
Fame though.
Hear me out. We maybe should have started the pod with this. Created to honor outstanding contributions or service to the Edmonton Oilers Hockey Club by past members of the organization, the Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame may include players, coaches, trainers, staff, executives, or any other person whose role or service in the organization since its founding is recognized as extraordinary. The inaugural 2022 class will include Al Hamilton, Wayne Gretzky, Yari Curry, Grant Fuhr, Paul Coffey, Mark Messier, Glenn Anderson, Kevin Lowe, Glenn Sather, and Rod Phillips, all of whom have been abducted or inducted. They've not been abducted.
They have been abducted.
They are safe.
Please give them back.
In addition to this year's 10 banner inductees, the 2022 class will include 2 inductees as voted by the Hall of Fame Selection Committee. The additional 2 inductees will be announced on September 20th. Wow.
Yeah.
We're getting that
that's-
pretty
Oh,
quick.
there we go.
That's Smith and Buckberger.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
I'll
a
buy that.
bunch of other info here.
So no, now-
honored members of the Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame will see their names permanently displayed on the ring above the PCL Loge level at Rogers Place. The induction ceremony will take place Thursday, November 3rd when the Oilers host the Devils. And Taylor Hall's here. No, he's not. He doesn't play for them. He plays for the Bruins.
Hall's the first name up. Yeah, it doesn't really say anything.
It doesn't really say specifically that it has to be. Like, I wonder how much they're going to
Performance-wise.
value community aspects, because a guy like George was always
Yeah.
doing stuff in the community.
Former Oilers are eligible for nomination into the Edmonton Oilers Hall of Fame after they have been retired from playing for 5 years. Has
Yeah, that's
Smith been
fine.
retired for 5?
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. 100%.
Back to 2017.
He played
Oh yeah, shit, that's
in
been over.
Rexall.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot how long it's been since Rexall.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's not think about that.
He's been
Yeah,
around
it's
for
been a hot minute.
8 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Time flies when you're having fun. I remember I was sat at Sawmill watching the last game for Rexall.
Yeah.
And if you guys have ever been to Sawmill, have you ever been there
Which
for one
one?
of those games?
Sick flex.
Sherwood
Anyways,
Park, rest in peace.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard it's
Franklin's
Dev.
in.
Pardon?
Oh, no, I'm thinking Fort Saskatchewan lost their sawmill recently.
Yeah, so did but great new place, long shot. Free ads.
not
The
a
old-
paid.
That's the old Franklin's Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it's called the Park Center. Would be better if it was like Center Park or something. Anyway. So they had these little stands, and it was one of those things like, if this player scores, like, you'll get a free appetizer. And I went with my dad, and we had Anton Slepyshev.
Ooh, I love Slep.
Never came close.
Ah.
So with this thing, quickly, I guess before we move on, should it, like, so when they talk about the Hall of Fame in sports, they say can you not include this person but still tell a story of the sport? So can you still tell a story of the Oilers without George Larocque?
You can tell a story of the Oilers about Wayne Gretzky.
Could you tell the
But you
story of the
can't.
Oilers without Taylor Hall? No.
Exactly. So that's
an
an
interesting-
interesting.
So
way
then,
to
by
look
that
at it.
logic, also Neil Yakupov has to be on there,
It's the biggest bust in Oilers history.
or has he got to go down by Peter Nedved on the stairs?
Yeah,
I
he's-
think he's lower.
Players who like we regret having a part of the organization, just like they get a little thing on the stairs.
He's
Like
in the LRT stairway. No,
Yeah.
Yakupov.
That's fair.
No. Well,
Something I don't know. Something I thought about.
makes you think.
Makes you really does.
it really does make you think. Really does. I want to give a shout out to our friends at Cornerstone Insurance. Of course, they've got all the insurance products you could ever hope to have. Auto, residential, commercial, life insurance. CornerstoneINS.ca, CornerstoneINS.ca. Get a quote right on the website. Submit your claim right on the website. Citizens of the Nation, click on the button that says Citizens of the Nation and get yourself a discount. CornerstoneINS.ca.
I used Cornerstone to insure the nation truck.
Yes, you did.
Woo!
Yes, you did. Shout out to Bill.
Yep.
Shout out to Bill. I want to talk quickly about last week. There was talk that the Oilers potentially could be interested in free agent Jake Virtanen. I don't see how it works, but okay. This week at Canucks, kind of their informal skates, Rick Dollywall posted or was talking about it, and it brought this back up again. So here's the quote from Rick Dollywall. All I was told is that there's a rumor about the Oilers. I do believe the Oilers are one of the teams in the mix, but I do think there's 4 or 5 teams. Jake has the size, speed, and he comes cheap. That's why there's 4 or 5 teams on him. So Tyler, I want to talk to you first.
Yeah.
Jake Virtanen, what do you think?
Right wing, they're thin on the right side. Okay, sure. 6'1", 226. Okay, he's not small, I guess. 55 career goals in 317 games. So over the course of his pretty short career, he basically scores, it's a 14 goal pace over 82 games. That's all fine if you wanted to give a player like that a PTO, but considering the off-ice things we know about Jake Virtanen, I would steer clear. This is not a player who I think you really want to bring into your organization all that quickly. I think there's better bets to be made right now on the free agent market. I go towards those. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he also got in shit for breaking COVID protocol when they were supposed to be in the bubble, and he was like going to a bar and shit.
When did he play last?
2
In
years
the
ago.
NHL?
2 years ago, 2020, 21. He had 5 goals in 38 games. And that was it.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're at the point right now where we need good, not cheap.
Yeah.
I think there are a lot of actual NHLers out there right now who don't have contracts who I would PTO first, and that's strictly from an on-ice perspective only.
Yep.
When you add in the extra off-ice stuff that comes with him,
The noise.
yeah, it's
noise.
and it's outside of just the obvious one. I've heard a lot of other stupid stuff about him. It's just I don't know. I just at this point I don't think you put your multi-billion-dollar corporation through this type of news. Like, there's no point in bringing that on. Why put that on yourself for a player who might be your 13th forward on a team that will most likely only play 10 forwards?
I think that's a great point. Like, why do you want the noise that comes with this? Like,
I just don't even see where he fits.
Every single
that
day,
too.
someone's gonna get like if Connor wants to sit there and have to go through these
Like-
stupid questions all the time, then it just makes no sense.
and I understand he went through the court process and all of that, right? But again, I just think if you can avoid bringing in a player who has sexual assault allegations, just like avoid doing that.
And look, even outside of that, I've heard about so much stupid shit that he's got himself into outside of that alone. It's
He
just-
doesn't seem like a great guy.
yeah, and
He seems irresponsible.
yeah, like
Immature.
It's just not a swing to take. That we're not talking about Patrick Kane and his issues, or Evander Kane and his issues. This is not last season. This is different, and the upside on the ice is not worth the extra BS away from it.
Here's the list of forwards I would bring in on a PTO before I brought him back. Sonny Milano, Daniel Sprong, Tyler Ennis, Tyler Mott. Give me Alex Galchenyuk. I don't give a shit. He's got the same upside as Jake Virtanen.
Alex Chiasson.
Yeah, I don't think he can keep up in a bottom 6 role anymore. So I'd steer clear. But
He might actually
He's got to be
one
fine
in,
in a 7 minutes and 7 minutes in a
He
game.
might be getting
But
one in
then-
Vancouver. I was talking to Quads about the answer the other day.
Well, I mean, he's has anyone ever played more 1-year seasons than this guy?
No.
Like PTO into contracts?
I just don't want to see him on the power play again here.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
I'm fairly certain if he came back now, if he ever made the power play, we'd have like 9 guys hurt.
With Virtanen, the juice isn't worth a squeeze.
I just don't see where he fits.
Yeah.
Even
And just these other guys too, like Holloway and Bourgault, like even are they in the conversation?
Yeah, and I honestly, the upper side of our young guys, I think is still beyond him. Anyways,
Yeah.
there's no point in bringing him in.
Let someone else run the risk. We ran it last season with a Kane. Yes, it worked, but what if this one doesn't? And then we're trying to win a Stanley Cup here, not make people's careers better.
Yeah, no, that's not our goal anymore. We don't need cheap guys that can just maybe do this, that, or the other thing. We need actual players right now because we're a Stanley Cup contender.
Bring in Patrick Kane.
there you go, Liam. It's been a
February.
while since you asked.
Yeah,
That'll be your Valentine's Day gift from them.
That'd be real nice.
Thank
2
you,
days,
Kyle Davidson.
2 days after Super Bowl's over.
Or my Lions win. Sorry,
Other thing I wanted to talk about. Do you say the Lions?
Detroit Lions.
Best of luck with that. I also want to talk about the Oilers opted to go no ads on the jerseys this year. They didn't do it last year.
They didn't do ads on helmets last year when they were allowed to.
What did they have on their jersey? I don't remember.
Nothing. But no one had jersey ads last year.
Did they not? Oh, no, it was helmet ads. Only.
Helmet ads.
All right, so they're back this year. Saw some photos. Greg Wyshynski was posting some from the other day on his Twitter account. No ads for the Oilers on the helmet or the jersey. I just Googled. Thoughts on that? I like it. I don't care about the ads on jerseys as much as some people do. I think that we often look at an ad on a jersey anyway. It's the manufacturer's ad is right there. It doesn't bother me whatsoever.
It says Fanatics right on that jersey, and if it didn't say Fanatics, it said Adidas or Nike or Reebok or something like that. It's even like the ones up on the collarbone area or whatever. It's not a big deal. We've seen that in the CFL for years now.
It doesn't bother me at all.
I don't people that lose their mind over this. It makes no sense to me. Go watch the damn hockey game. Stop watching their clothes.
It's like, well, basically, what for some of these folks, it's like you're cheering for the clothes and not the team.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
One, I don't see it when I'm watching on TV anyway.
No.
Two, it's not like they're going to Spengler Cup from no ads to Spengler Cup. You know what I mean? So it's like Liam's looking right now on our computer here in the studio. He's got the Penguins ad up for Highmark. It looks like a health services something.
Yeah.
The other thing
It's
is too,
fine.
people. I'm never buying another jersey ever.
You're a big fat liar.
They're not on the jerseys you buy.
Yeah, they're on the jerseys.
But then you also have people who'll be like, "Well, I want one with the ad on it because it's what the players wear." And it's like, okay, well, now what are we doing?
Like Liam, well, I'm sorry to put you on the spot with this question because it's probably dumb, but like in soccer culture, buying a jersey with the ad on is not a big deal.
They're on everywhere.
It's just always been there. Like there's just this, you can see on the screen here. There's just
Like the
a big
soccer
one in
ones
the middle, but
their own logos are smaller than the big one.
people actually like it sometimes because it brings a bit more like iconicness to the jersey. Like in the 90s, Fiorentina were sponsored by 7-Up, which was really cool when they had the logo, and then they were sponsored by Nintendo. So now people like them because they're like cool retro jerseys. So like, it's just kind of a unique thing, I suppose. Like, but looking at these ones, like this one looks like it's just embroidered right into the jersey on Columbus.
You barely even notice that.
You don't
looks
know
fine.
it at all.
I would prefer it wasn't a patch.
Yeah, that looks kind of
Like
cheap.
the
but-
one here on Washington where the Caesar Sportsbook is right in there. Like, yeah, I think that looks way better than just like sewing something on the jersey.
And the only thing that bothers me about the Penguins one, I guess, is that the blue doesn't match the rest of the kit. But like, even that is so minor, I don't care.
I think this is what they had on their helmets last year.
Yeah, I believe so. I
just don't care. Like,
I don't care
have other
either.
things to worry about, like who's going to play on the fourth line for the Oilers this year.
And technically, this keeps. Oh, I know they're not very cheap right now, but does this not keep our tickets slightly cheaper?
Probably not.
Probably not, no. But
It's not keeping the food prices down.
I'm also not like applauding the Oilers for not selling it. Like I don't really. It doesn't matter to me.
No, it
like,
doesn't even register to me.
I think they're gonna have helmet ads on their road jerseys, but
Something
not
like
their
that.
home jerseys or shit like that. I don't care about ads on jerseys at all. It does not change or affect my enjoyment of the game in the slightest.
No.
Again, they're not going Spengler Cup here.
And I literally can watch Spengler Cup stuff and not give two shits then either.
Yeah.
And it's
I don't
all
care
over the
about that
damn
either.
ice.
I don't care about that either, to be honest.
Like as long as it kind of like flows or something like that, I really don't give a shit.
Again, when I'm watching it on TV, I don't see it there anyway. So whatever. So jersey ads, yeah.
Sure, whatever.
One thing I want to mention, just because he was a name that had been tied to the Oilers a little bit, was Aston Reese signed a PTO in Toronto today. I thought he would have been a really nice option here.
Moves well, hits a lot, energy on the fourth line. I would have liked him.
Yeah. Way she goes, though.
But again, we're not going to get overly upset about a PTO for a 13th forward on a team who probably won't play, who will probably play 10.
I am, because it could affect my pick for my preseason champ.
Speaking of which, can we get our NHL futures out right away here, please? I keep looking on the sites here and I can't find, there's nothing on CoolBet. I'd like to start getting on my my futures here. If you do remember last year, they gave out some awfully juicy numbers right off the hop, and I'm sitting here waiting. I need to start making some cash here. I'm gonna get some half season bets in, so I have some Vegas money come January.
Of course.
Our friends at PointsBet Canada do have a few up, so let me share them.
Please.
Rocket Richard Trophy winner Austin Matthews plus 200.
Sure.
Draisaitl 6-1, McDavid 7-1. Hart Trophy winner Connor McDavid plus 225. Take it.
That's
take
easy
now.
money.
Take it right now.
Yeah.
Put that in your jeans now.
Yeah, he's winning the Hart Trophy next year.
Yes.
Yeah. Norris Trophy, the first Oiler.
He's going to win that too.
He's going to start playing defense like Sergei Fedorov.
She's like, watch this.
There we go. Bouchard and Nurse are both 100-1. Cale Makar is the odds-on favorite, plus 150.
Sure.
Vezina Trophy winner Igor Shesterkin, plus 250. Our new friend Jack Campbell, 30-1. So that's what we got for
No
awards.
Skinner number?
No Skinner. To win the Pacific Division, the Oilers are favorites at plus 200, followed by Calgary at plus 210, and Vegas at 4-1, LA 5-1.
Take it.
The Oilers to make the playoffs next year. You would have to wager
minus 200.
minus 800. You would have to wager $800 to profit $100 off that bet. And the Oilers over under for total points next season.
Next season, over under total points. What do you think, Bag Milk? What did we finish with last year?
104.
104? Yeah. What are you feeling?
110.
110?
Yeah.
104, 110, 107.
What do you think the over under is going to be, Liam?
What's the over under at? I'm picking my points to. I'm going to say it's going to be 104.5 or something like that.
No, 102.5.
I'm going to say it'll be like 108.5. I haven't clicked the thing.
Okay. The guy's staring at the computer screen.
All right, here we go. 103.5.
Yes.
That seems like an easy over at minus
the over.
115.
Oh, you take that over all day.
Forget about it. And I think that's...
So that's three. That's three bets right there. Connor
easy
as Hart. We had what were the other two? Oilers to win the Pacific.
That was the
and the over points.
Yeah.
There's one here. Vegas Golden Knights to make the playoffs. No, plus 225.
That's
No?
intriguing.
ooh.
To not make the playoffs.
Go listen to my
I'm on
interview
it.
with Ken Bulkey of Sin Bin Vegas and make an educated decision.
There wasn't a lot of other great ones, to be honest.
Again, that's Tuesdays and Thursdays.
They're just coming on. I need a good week. I need to continue my good week of NFL betting here, and we're going hard on the NHL futures next week if they come out.
What are the Dallas Stars to miss the playoffs next year?
Plus 170, I think it was.
To miss?
Well, plus 140 to miss the playoffs.
What's Boston to miss?
That's what I thought too. Maybe they were plus 170.
What a negative
Plus
bet. I love it.
as well. Minus 170 to make
I love
the
it.
playoffs.
Actively cheering against the team all season. Yeah.
Anaheim Ducks plus 500 to make the playoffs.
Look for my preview on Tuesday of the Anaheim Ducks.
Who'd you talk to for Anaheim?
I chatted with Felix Sicard. He works for the fourth period out in Anaheim.
There you go.
He was very insightful about the state of that team. Also, we talked about Trevor Zegras. My hot take on Trevor Zegras is that he's getting a little overrated.
Yep.
He's just super marketable and does some really flashy shit.
Yep.
And everyone's like, oh, he's a superstar.
Nope.
He's marketed like a superstar, and that's great. Your sport needs those. But he's not like a superstar quality player.
Listen,
he's not a franchise player.
I'm old enough to remember Rob Schremp doing some of them jingle jangles at the U of A camp when he was a rookie.
Yeah.
They're cool. They're fun. They're neat to watch, but it don't make you an NHL player.
61 points in 75 games as
legit.
a rookie is like legit.
Oh, yeah.
He's-
No,
I'm not saying
no
he's
way.
not
Legit.
good. He's very good. He's not McDavid, Matthews, Draisaitl, McKinnon in that range yet.
No.
He's
The
not even in
tricks he-
tier 2
The
of
tricks
that.
he can do with the puck are amazing.
Yep.
But outside of the one behind, I mean, you don't do the spinny loop-de-doos in a game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's gonna get cleaned up one of these times.
He's going to try one of those things and somebody's just going to pile him up.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, well. Great player, though. Still bums me out. He should be an Oiler.
Fun to watch.
But that is a different story
Should he?
for a different day. Absolutely, he should be an
Broberg.
Oiler.
Oh,
for
it's a
him.
Broberg.
Absolutely, he should
Let's
be an
give
Oiler.
Broberg a full
There was a
season.
lot of guys,
Let's see what we have in Broberg first.
Cole
They
Caulfield.
always knew that he was going to be a bit of a project, a bit of a long term, but he had a really large upside. So let's see what he can do first.
I'm fine with that.
This was a weird draft. 'Cause I remember watching and thinking, why is Kirby Dach on third overall?
Because technically, weren't we looking at Cole Caulfield instead of Broberg, or was that a different draft?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Zers wasn't even on the fucking radar.
This was the year. What was it? 13 US players went in the first round
Yeah.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
all from the same damn team.
Yeah.
Well, the US
Spencer
and
Knight, Boldy.
They had a run of 4 in a row in that first round.
What they got? 1, 2.
Give me some names. I want to know
Jack
how they're doing.
Hughes, Alex Turcotte, Zegras, Matthew Boldy, Spencer Knight, Cam York, Cole Caulfield, and maybe the rest went in a second. Maybe it was 13
late first John
overall. Oh.
Beecher.
Yeah.
Hoglander, is that who I see? Love that name.
Raphael Lavoie, 38th overall.
He's got to pick it up. I had
a good
higher
pick.
hopes for him, to be honest.
I do
And
too.
again, like it's if you're outside the first round, you're looking at like a 5-year project, right?
That's all good. I just, like, for Raphael Lavoie, I would have expected him to be more of a mainstay in Bakersfield by now.
Yeah, we'll see what. And I think so I think he had some ups and downs in his Baco run so far. But I think this is the year where you're going to see a guy like him have his opportunity to take off.
He's so inconsistent. That's his issue. He's got to find more consistency in his game. Like last season, he only scored in 3 games before Christmas.
Yeah, because he had a really bad start, didn't
Oh,
he?
he was
And then
horrible.
then he took off.
I
Or
think
got
he
at
had-
least
I
got
think-
back to where you kind of expect him to be.
I can't remember exactly what he was. I wrote about it the other week, but he had 11 points before Christmas, and 5 were in one game.
Yeah, he had a terrible
that's not
start.
great.
So
Terrible start.
Boys, it is time for Ask the Idiots. Of course, I've taken your questions from throughout the week. I got 4 this week. This is an open segment. You want to sponsor Ask the Idiots? I recommend that you send an email to me, bagmilk@oilersnation.com. I will direct you to the right person. Got it? Good. Excellent. Liam, you're sitting in this week, so I'm going to start with you. Who is one current NHL player you believe you could beat in a locker room cage rage?
Whoa, what? Actually, we did this. Not that long.
I don't remember.
We've talked cage rate. I don't know if we've picked on. We're calling people out
look a
now.
couple of names off the list.
This listener is he's saying I beat the cage into Marchand's face 10 out of 10
No,
times.
you
is
wouldn't.
what he
I
said.
don't think so.
Clean you.
Marchand can throw. So
Yeah.
that's
That's from the
don't just
listener.
look at guys you don't like.
So not Ryan Reeves,
Yeah, probably not.
No, that would be a tough one.
not Mike Smith.
Nope.
No. Well, maybe now he's all
I'll just
busted.
go with Cole Caulfield. I got the height. I got the range. I can just grab his face and do the work with the other one.
That's why I was going to say Kaylor Yamamoto, just because like he's a small dude. He's in
Yeah.
better shape than I am, but I've got the reach and I've got the range.
I got that
I
motion.
feel like I can connect.
All right, I'm gonna try
I'll do
get.
that.
I'm gonna try get scientific with my answer.
Oh, please.
Scientific.
Players who played 40 games who didn't take a lot of penalties. There's
Oh, there
got to
you
be
go.
someone on this list who I have at least a fighting chance against.
And we're
Here we
talking
go.
current players, correct?
Oh, Casey Middlestat 6'1". Damn, I thought he'd be smaller. Nah, I'm not fighting Casey Middlestat. Have you seen that TikTok where it's like a road rage thing? And the one guy gets out of his car and walks up to him and is like, fuck you, you're going 100. Like, I'm going to punch you in the fucking face. No, I'm not, because I'll get my ass kicked.
Yeah, the old man.
But anyways.
I'll kick your ass. I'll probably get my ass kicked, but he's still pissed off.
Yeah, so that I feel like that's kind of me here. I keep seeing players like, hey, maybe I could beat up Daniel Sprong. He sounds soft. No, he's 6 foot, 195 pounds. I can't beat him up.
Have some faith in yourself.
Yeah, no, there's really not anyone in the NHL who I'd win in a fight against.
Alternate angle from me. I'll challenge Ryan Nugent-Hopkins to a cage rage because he'll think like, oh, there's no way he's going to want to punch me in the face. It's the bag milk guy. And then while he's overly comfortable, I come running in with some kind of monkey attack.
Just screaming, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm
as he's
so
punching him.
sorry as I'm punching him.
Why
Why are
Looking.
all the guys in this league so big?
Dude, it's easy. Nathan Gerby.
Nathan Gerby, yeah.
Like 5'4".
Didn't he take a lot of penalties?
Yeah, that's fine. There's
A lot
little
of
guys
tripping
too.
calls. He's just buzzing around at ankles.
Caulfield might be the correct 5'7", 160 pounds. Like,
Best case scenario, you can grab him by the cage and just keep him fully extended.
Yeah.
He is not. His arms are not longer than mine. I can promise you
Just
that.
kill the clock.
There you go. Yeah, he's just going to run the clock out.
Dirty boxing, baby. Don't let go.
So a couple of different answers there. Tyler, he just doesn't think he's going to beat up anybody.
Yeah.
I say to believe in believe in yourself.
Yeah, no kidding.
This is a very important question to me, so I'm excited to ask it. Ooh. Rick, you're up.
Yep.
What is the ultimate gas station lunch?
All right. So I don't know what we need for a lunch here, but if we're making a long drive and I got to stop in there, I'm going for I need probably more than one beverage, but I like a nice water just because. And then outside of a water, I'm going to go with, I'm a big fan of the BioSteel drinks right now.
Yep, those are good.
So I'm going with the BioSteel and a water. I'm going to need a bag of chips just because I'm getting sweet chili heat. I'm going to grab some beef jerky. Unfortunately, I can't get the good stuff Wilhock there, so I'll just grab whatever's the best.
Yep.
And in terms of like a sandwich or something, I'm always like a cold cuts Italian sandwich type of guy, so that's just kind of what I'm looking for is something along those lines.
I like that. You built yourself a multi-course meal there.
Big lunch.
Yeah. Well, that's a regular sized lunch. And you know what? Just for you, I'll also pick up a banana.
I would never have a banana from a gas station.
Why?
Well, then I want to know what
seen
you're
them?
having for gas station lunch, Liam.
So, this is...
I like how you just got comfortable too.
Yeah, you really
He
did.
leaned back in the chair, got a leg cross here, a big deep breath.
This is a true story. So a couple of weeks ago, I was out on White Ave with my friends after the Elks game.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, I am peckish right now. So the only thing that was close was 7-Eleven because the pizza place was closed, weirdly. So I stopped in and I was like, oh, I'll just grab a slice of pizza here. And then I saw these wings at 7-Eleven, fresh.
Had them.
Oh, nice.
I went back
Numerous
3 times that evening.
They're
for
good.
Wings. I had 12 wings.
You kept going back?
I literally ate my wings, went back to the bar and was like, man, those were good. And I wasn't being entertained enough. So I just left and I came back and my buddies were like, where do you keep going? I was like, I keep getting these wings. They're unbelievable. So at the end of the night, I took my roommate Brendan with me. I was like, we got to get these wings and then we'll get an Uber and we'll go home. And we grabbed the wings. He's like, you were not wrong. They were phenomenal.
They're really good, man.
They are really
scary.
good.
I have no idea how they do it because I don't think they have a deep fryer in the place.
No.
Yet everything's crispy and crunchy. And bag milk. Did you not buy all the chicken
Yes.
at the 7-Eleven?
Yes, I did.
And then walk essentially the whole way home?
Yes, I did.
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah.
So basically what I-
with love.
Their chicken is legit.
So basically what I used to love to do, although that 7-Eleven is now closed, I
No,
believe.
it's gone.
So I would leave the pint at whatever time that was. Whatever time the old brain clicked that I need to be leaving that room. So then I would wander into that 7-Eleven, but by this time of the night, it's 1, 2, 3 in the morning. So I always barter with the people at 7-Eleven to see
Nice.
what kind of price I can get for all of the chicken. I've done this several times where I wake up and I look in my fridge and there's 2 buckets of chicken that I've purchased the night before.
That's probably good in the air fryer, though, reheated.
Yeah, man, of course.
Although, to be
and
fair-
when you're walking down when you're trying to get out of the Uber surge pricing, you got a snack on the way.
To be fair, back when you did make that original purchase, I don't think air fryers were a thing quite yet.
No, I don't think so. That's probably true.
Either
And-
way,
There you go.
7-Eleven chicken. Better than you think.
Bro, it's pretty good, man. Their
It's not
pizza's
bad.
their pizza's not the worst either. It's
Nope,
not
pizza's
it's not
not
a
bad.
great piece of pizza, but it gets the job done at
Unless you're in
2:30 the
Winnipeg.
morning. No, that's terrible.
We're not going to talk about that
You know
pizza.
If you
what?
need to go to the 7-Eleven in Winnipeg, but you need to like ring the button in order to be allowed in first.
Yeah.
Do not get the
Do
pizza.
not buy
there.
pizza there. Tyler, put together the ultimate gas station lunch.
I agree with Rick. Got to start with a good beverage.
course.
If I'm like road tripping and I need a solid beverage, I'm going with just a classic Coca-Cola. The carbonation keeps me awake. A little bit of
sugar?
caffeine, a little bit of sugar.
Nice.
Good to go. Snack, yeah, you need a bag of chips. If they have Miss Vicky's, I'm going something Miss Vicky's. If not, just Lay's barbecue. We're good there. And then the dream is, and Circle K's I think are the ones that have these the most often, the hot dogs with the hot dog dressing area.
Bro, that's so good. No, he's
So good.
1,000%
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So you
100%.
get the hot dog, bun, all that, and then it's like, ooh, shredded cheese, little barbecue sauce,
All
throw
there.
some onion
That's
on
nice.
there, dress it up a little bit. It's kind of like you're eating at a 5-star restaurant.
It's a great little hot
Very
dog buffet.
similar. Yep. And the barbecue chips too. Do you ever put the barbecue chips on the hot dog?
No, they're dessert. A bag of candy maybe.
You
as
need
well.
to separate them.
Because again, it's nice to have
But
some
with
candy
the
to
pop,
munch on
with
while
the
you're
pop
driving.
and the candy, I need the water just to like clean the mouth out a bit.
Yeah, that's a good call. So anyways, yeah, if there's a hot dog place, you see a Circle K, you pull in there, you get the hot dog stand.
Ooh.
I guess we have to like follow this up on the airplane too in January, right? Like, if we had to make sure we're taking this stuff, or we're just kind of lying right now.
They do have a hot dog stand where you get your bags at the Edmonton airport.
Yeah, I think you probably find something in there.
There's a hot dog thing there.
I was always a big fan, and this goes back to when I would get hammered going to gas stations in high school, of those like I don't remember the brand name, the Viking guy like cheeseburgers that are in there.
Oh yeah.
I used to always buy those at like 2 in the morning. High guard. Those are the ones. So I would need a beverage. I need a bottle of water. There's one. And depending on how long I've got, maybe just like a nice pop, like a Pepsi might be nice. Or maybe I'll get a Rockstar like coffee drink. That'd be nice. I like a beef jerky. Maybe a little bit of hickory sticks if I'm feeling fancy.
Hey, there's his go-to.
And then for the main, depending on which gas station I'm at, I'm going to go with just like a bag of taquitos, some chicken. I'm going to do some bartering here. We're going to make a deal, me and this location.
Of course.
So something like that. That's what I would say.
I actually recently started a cheeseburger rankings on my Twitter for the hockey rinks around Edmonton.
Oh yeah.
Who's
hockey?
leading so far?
Minor hockey, junior hockey, wherever I land.
Who's in the lead so far?
The Grand Fear Arena. To be fair, I've been to one. So
That's Spruce Grove. That's Spruce Grove,
that's
isn't it?
Spruce
Yeah.
Grove.
People like that stuff because during the pandemic, year one of pandemic, I did a no-name craft dinner rankings.
Ah, yes.
It was fun. I liked it. By the way,
they do have great, but that's not. They're probably going to stay up there for a while. It's a good burger at the Grand Fear.
You need to look into the chips and the gravy too, though. The fries and the gravy.
Well, I can't venture myself up too much. You know, I really got to get the
base rankings.
No, but the burger combo.
I'm not made of money, Rick.
How much more money is it?
It's like a $10 meal at the rink. I'm there to work. I'm not there for business. I am there for business. I'm not there for pleasure. So.
Can't you write this off? Do we know anybody out there listening to us right now that's like a tax guy?
I feel like
I think you can write this off.
I probably could try. My roommate's a tax guy. I could
absolutely. I feel like you just need to submit that to the Crusaders.
Yeah, no kidding. This should be on their bill.
100%. There you go.
Yeah.
If anyone's listening.
You need
Tyler,
an agent?
I thought we had 4 Ask the Idiots questions this week. Tyler sent me a whole bunch more after, so we're going to just burn through these a little bit.
Rapid fire. Style.
Rapid fire. Rick, I'm starting with you.
Yep.
What do you think the NHL could learn from the other big leagues in terms of marketing their product?
You got to learn how to market your high-end players. Like the Connor McDavids of the world aren't they're out there enough.
Tyler,
Better hype up your primetime games.
do you have an example?
Sunday night baseball, huge. Monday, Thursday, Sunday night football, huge. The NBA has their Christmas Day games, huge. They market the shit out of them, right? The NHL, I think, just needs to do a better job of hyping up those prime time games. And I get Hockey Night in Canada's big in Canada, but I'm talking about like down south, like really, really hammer home the
Those
nights
TNT
of the week you're
game
owning.
nows, right? When Gretz is out there?
You
Yeah,
need to
those are the
just
ones you got to really
knock
push.
those out of the park. Yeah.
Liam, you got an idea?
Yeah, I wonder if you could do like an NFL format where you have a specific, obviously they can't play one day of the week, but you have like Saturday is your day for sports. So you have like 6 games at 11, a bunch at 2, and then, you have your massive prime time game at 6. So then you just have like a full day of hockey, but then you would also have to figure out a way to do a better streaming service like a DAZN.
Hockey can't do that because they got to fight the American NFL during Sundays,
Wow.
and they got to fight college ball on Saturdays. Those are 2 battles you're not going to win. You need to get out there. So I think they do like a Wednesday night thing for
They do, yeah. I'm just saying
Monday,
hammer it
Wednesday, Saturday, something like that.
I think that leaning into the personalities of the players, the NHL is so bad at
Which
it.
is why a guy like Trevor Zegras, I said he's becoming overrated, but like it's good that he is because that's a recognizable face.
I would say, like here in Edmonton, Leon's the only person I really care about when he's talking because he's the only one that's going to say anything interesting.
Yeah.
But these guys have such personalities away from the cameras too.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, got to flex on that. Like in the NFL, you see personality for days. NHL, not so much. A couple of rapid fires here. Liam, if you had to Freaky Friday body swap with someone else on the podcast, who would it be and why?
You.
Why?
You just seem like a very intriguing man and nobody knows anything about you. I would
you.
learn so much.
Oh, that'd be nice. Tyler?
Rick, because I'd want to work one night at the Pint.
I would also swap with Rick because he is in much better shape than me. I'd like to know what that's like. Rick?
Bag Milk spends the whole day just running very quickly, like lifting things.
Flexing at myself. Like,
There's no
yeah.
running involved, trust me.
All the glam muscles, that's what we're working on.
So I just got to look good, man.
Rick, who you changing bodies with?
I'd go with Tyler, man. That his work life is seems kind of fun.
24 years old too.
Yeah, just
think about about never being hungover that bad.
I've got to. Yeah, no, that's doesn't really happen to me all that often.
Fair enough.
Tyler, how many kisses will Bag Milk and Tyler share during the 2022-23 season?
Guaranteed one in Vegas. Set the line at 1.5 though. See if we get that second one.
Would you say? Are we including playoffs?
It says the season.
Oh, if they win the cup, we be kissing.
Oh, yeah.
I was doing a radio hit the other day on 1260, and someone texted in. Yep. And I was like, hey, Jameson, ask your Remchuck about the kissing thing.
From BM. That was last thing I heard that.
Yeah, so he like brings it up, and I'm like,
he tried. No, he was working to get you on the show, too. He's like, I asked my boy Bag Milk. Yeah, you just bring him on the show.
Oh, I would absolutely tell him.
Change the subject real quick.
Me and Tyler passionately kissed at a Shake Shack.
Smash Burger in Los Angeles
at like 2 a.m. It's very romantic.
That's when the best kisses come.
Liam, the kiss count is at 1.5. Over under.
Over.
Rick?
Wow.
Oh, way over.
We be smooching.
We're going to be over by the time we leave today. All right.
It's getting weird.
It's getting sweaty.
We're almost at an hour, which means that one guy's about to turn it off. So come on, speed it up.
All right, I like this one a lot. This one's from Riley. Tyler, I'm going to start with you. MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL. You score the game-winning goal, whatever, to win the championship. Which sport are you playing?
I think we've done this before, too. It's baseball. You get to run around the bases by yourself and then have the moment of, like, jumping into home plate for the walk-off.
The walk-offs are legit.
NBA. Imagine having like a Kawhi Leonard moment where you like hit the game winner.
Watch the ball go in.
I remember, now that Tyler said it, I remember us talking about this a little bit. I also said NBA because the photos that come from those iconic moments are legit. So I'm going to go, you know what? I'm going to be different. I'll go NFL. I think that winning like the Super Bowl and I'm the guy that did it, fuck, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I don't know how long it takes to run around the bases with like a walk-off home run, but dude, what Patty Kane did against the Flyers. Remember when he won the cup and
he just did a
realized
hot lap.
it?
Yeah, hot lap.
Oh yeah, you get away from everybody, then you go backwards as you just watch your whole team come this way at you. Yeah, that's the one you fucking yard sale all your year.
12 years behind us, Taylor or Tyler?
Taylor.
There
you go. See if there's any other fun ones in here real quick. Nah, we're good. So just keep sending Ask the Idiots questions in. Mm-hmm. Tyler sent me different spots where he's asking the question now, so we'll do more of these rapid fires going into next week as well.
I like that. Before we get to hot and cold performers, though, we do need to step aside for a quick ad.
Ask the Idiots time for our friends at Twig and Berries.
Hot and cold performers time.
What did I say?
Ask the Idiots again.
Hot and cold performers for our friends at Twig and Berries. Check them out at twigandberries.ca. Use the promo code NATION15. Get a discount on your order. Or you can make your way out to St. Albert. Check out their wares in person. That's where you can see that they have the nutsack, groin, and body hair trimmer on sale right now. Mm-hmm. Fix up, look sharp. Good? Good. As we do, we start with our veggies every week. Liam, you're sitting in. I'm going to start with you. Your Twig and Berries cold performer of the week.
The weather. I've had to wear pants twice this week. I prefer never to wear pants and only wear shorts, so my legs have more freedom. So, the weather.
Are you thrilled? I'm not.
We really did get clapped back by St. Albert in a hurry. Or St. Albert, September in a hurry. We went from 35 degrees to when I went to take my dog for a walk. It was 10 this morning. What is that?
Chilly, but I think she's jumping back up again. This is the best time for us to get 30-degree weather because it's 30, but it's not a super hot August 30.
No.
It's a nice, enjoyable 30, and then she dips.
And
you get down to that 10, 12 degrees at night. You can still sleep. Actually, use a blanket or two.
That's
so actually, nice. It's a good time.
Mr. Yaramchuk, your Twig and Berries cold performer of the week.
I'll go with the Queen dying. But because it means we have to get new money, apparently. Not a big fan.
I was reading about it yesterday.
Came out against that yesterday.
Really?
I was reading about it yesterday. They've got the 20s that she's on as an example. There's a long runway on those before they get changed.
Okay.
I was reading about this
maybe
yesterday.
It's not my cold performer.
Otherwise, we're in on the Chuck Bucks, and I'm not sure how I feel about it.
Yeah. I don't have a cold performer this week. I pass.
You're just going to take the Queen away.
Yeah, no, that's not a thing. You could just okay, so the money's not changing at all? No. All right, well, that's fine.
No,
that whole situation's fine
I'll
now.
still go with the queen dying because she was in charge for a long time. And that's,
70, 5 years, Liam?
It's a long run.
70, wasn't it
76 or something like that.
Well, I thought she was 1952 yes.
She was 52.
Either way, long
Do the
time.
math. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, 70. She just said it.
Yeah, she was 1952.
She passed away at 96, though.
Yep.
That's a really good run of just being alive in
I'm
general.
telling you,
So
it's
maybe
those 4 cocktails a day she had or whatever it was. I respect it.
I'm good for a
She's a
while.
lovely lady.
I'm upset.
Mildly.
Rick, your Twig and Berries cold perform of the week.
We're taking to a different sport here, but I know there's a lot of people outraged about what happened last night, and I had a lot more hope for this person. A lot more. I think there's a lot more potential in this person. I really don't know why. I don't know why we had to go about things the way they did, but I don't even know whether to blame him or to blame his coach. So I'm just going to blame everybody involved, with Cam Akers getting 0 fantasy points last night. 0. He's supposed to be the RB1. Okay, I understand he's got Henderson there, and I know they're going to be a 2-man system, and I get that. But 0 points? He was out there for like fucking 5 or 6 snaps. How are you doing this?
What has he ever done to earn that spot?
His name's
he's
cool.
a high draft. He was okay last year in the playoffs when he did get a little bit of time.
But Henderson hasn't done anything to lose it.
But he hasn't done anything to win it
I
either.
avoided Cam Akers in like all my drafts.
I had a lot of. He was my keeper a couple times, and I was like stashing him on the IR just because I didn't want to get rid of him. I was like, sure. Man, if Etienne does this to me too, I'm gonna have a rough Sunday.
Get ready.
You're as cold as ice.
My Twig and Berries cold performer of the week is when I walk into the office today, and I understand it was the first Thursday of the NFL season, but I ask everybody in this office whether or not they watched the episode of Big Brother last night. Everybody said no, that's fine. And then out comes Jay roaring around the corner telling me off because I'm saying too much, even though I said absolutely nothing at all. All of you are my cold performer of the week.
Have you ever fought before?
Yeah.
You have?
Yeah.
You were probably beat up in the bus stop most of the time.
I think so, huh?
That's a good button.
That is a good button.
All right, let's end off the podcast with some bright sides. Mr. Uremchuk, your Twig and Berries hot performer of the week.
Shout out to my Buffalo Bills for their commanding first win of the season. I will be there the next time they play. I'm very excited for that. But anyways, my hot performer of the week is
Did your
not
hotel
going to
shit get sorted, by the way?
It's just, my life's a mess.
I'll ask you after.
Could have been his cold performer.
It did not work, is what it sounds like.
My hot performer of the week, though, is going to the Major Leagues of Baseball, where they announced some rule changes, pitch clock, banning the shift, all that. I'm not sure how I feel about the shift one, but I love the pitch clock one. So I'm just sitting here saying, hey, shout out to baseball for modernizing and trying to appeal themselves to a younger fan base by making the game quicker and higher scoring. So shout out Major League Baseball, I guess.
The big guy is smoking hot.
Sure.
Rick, your Twig and Berries hot performer of the week.
Well, this is a little selfish, but I always like to get off in a winning way, so I'm going to give it to myself and my gambling ways last night. I had 3 bets out there for 4 units. I walked away with 2 wins and up 3 units. It's a good start to the NFL season. I plan on taking this into Sunday and all through all the next 18 Sundays and playoffs.
It's getting hot in here.
Mr. Liam, your Twig and Berries hot performer of the week.
I'll just say the Oilers finally doing the Ring of Honor. I think
Yeah,
that's
long
a
time
good
coming.
one. It's very necessary. So I'm just trying to figure out here. I always forget which ones are the good ones.
I just said we start pushing some.
All right. Well, one
You didn't.
second.
I put some of those cool DJ Khaled ones in there last week.
Yeah.
We just got to vamp a little bit. Liam's flipping through the buttons on the Roadcaster. He's looking for them. Button
It's
foot.
cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it.
Welcome. I
I
love
like that one.
I love that one. To wrap it up, my Twig and Berries hot performer of the week. I've got 2, actually. 1, have you guys seen the picture of Dylan Holloway looking sharp in those blue and orange jerseys?
When he's got that stick bent in half?
I haven't seen it.
It's his rookie card for Upper Deck. It is
Buddy, he turns his stick into a banana.
legit.
A banana.
And I'm so pumped that we're back to this uniform color scheme. I'm so excited to see them back on the ice in this. I wasn't a big fan of the oranges. I didn't mind them. I wasn't really a big fan of the dark blues taking over as kind of the main jerseys down the stretch. I'm so excited to have these back. So there's number 1. Number 2, Hot performer of the week is everybody that has already signed up to come with us to Las Vegas in January.
I'm signed up.
We launched this trip a couple of days ago, and we are already over 10% sold. So if you want to come on this vacation to Vegas, this is the third
I highly
round.
recommend it.
January 12th to the 15th, nationgear.ca is where all the details are. This thing is going to sell out. I promise you that. So if you're procrastinating, you're like, I don't know if I want to come on the nation vacation to Vegas. I don't really enjoy fun. Well,
That person should not come.
don't come, because there's going to be fun. There's fun to be had.
But if you like to have fun,
There's tacos to be eaten.
there's a lot of tacos to be eaten.
Potentially bulls to be ridden.
Probably.
Potentially dance moves in the street to be had.
Potentially. Also, just for your own benefit, maybe take 5-10 minutes. That's all we did. Use your iPod and iPad, and play a little craps. Become familiar with the game of craps.
Or iPod, if you still have one.
Yeah, if you got an
That might
iPod
be
Touch,
on
you
there
pull that
too.
out there.
Yeah. Or a phone. I'll be there.
Liam will be there.
My first nation vacation
Ever?
ever. Now that I own a passport again.
Good for you.
I'm
Good
in.
for you on getting that passport thing for
You're going to be in for an adventure.
Yep.
You are going to see sides of your coworkers that you may not have seen before,
Yep.
including
Maybe.
some of the worst dance moves you'll ever see in your life.
Well, you've never seen me dancing.
Well,
Dude, I can almost promise you if we get down to Fremont again and we find, what's
Crush.
the band? It's like he knows exactly. You'll find, dude, you'll get the best dance moves out of Jay.
Trip J is a different person.
Yeah. Completely different person.
So there you go, hot performer of the week to the Nation Vacation. It is up, it's live, it's at nationgear.ca, but I beg you, do not wait if you want to join us. It will sell out.
Yep.
And thank you to everybody who signed up already.
Do you want yellow, red, or orange?
Yellow.
We the best.
Hell yeah, DJ Khaled.
We the best.
And another one.
We the best.
There you go. For our friends at DoorDash, Oodle Noodle, Cornerstone Insurance, and Twig and Berries, this is Oilers Nation Radio episode. Have a great weekend. Tyler will have his next preview out on Tuesday. That is Anaheim. Check
And then
those out.
Calgary or San Jose Thursday.
There you go. So
Both
we're going to
are
have those
terrible.
preview episodes of Oilers Nation Radio coming up for the next couple of weeks as well. Other than that, download, subscribe, tell your friends, and enjoy your weekend.
Thanks for listening to Oilers Nation Radio, delivered by DoorDash. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a follow on Twitter and Instagram.